One consideration I've always thought of as interesting is how much is time worth to me? So, simple example, if I were to go down to the grocery store myself, get out of the car, go into the grocery store, select the foods, put them in the basket, get them rung up, put them back in the car, drive home. Typically, in my case, you're talking about 30, 45 minutes of time. I live fairly close to the grocery store, so for a lot of people, I'm sure that's even more time consuming. And it also depends on how frequently you go to, of course, and the kind of things you buy. But yeah, the cost of actually doing so is, the cost of the food itself, of course, but then maybe a bit of gas, that kind of thing. So effectively, I'm taking 30, 45 minutes of my own time to go get this done. Now, of course, these days we have the delivery service on apps, but of course there's a charge for that. So I'm thinking, I think there's about like a $6, $7 delivery charge, and then there's a tip, and I kind of feel guilty if I don't pay it. So there's another $2 right there, for example. And I know that the prices on these things tend to be about 10% higher than what they cost at the store. So depending on the trip, that might be an extra $5, $10 making those purchases on the app versus going myself. So all total, you're talking about anywhere from 10 to 15 extra dollars. However, obviously the trade-off, and if you're paying attention to the videos, that's all time management is about, is trade-offs, is that I get that 30, 45 minutes back. Now, obviously I don't get all of it back because I still have to go through the app and select the food and the items I'm going to purchase. But here we're talking 5-10 minutes. So let's say, to be kind of conservative, I'm saving half an hour every time I do this. Is it worth it? Now, for some people, that might be a simple question, like, yeah, I want the time in myself to be productive or to relax. I had a tough day, whatever. So for other people, no, I need that $10, $15. That's a good chunk of money for me. So it's a simple calculation. If you are working, particularly if you're a student who has a part-time job. Now, I don't know about most states. I'm in Texas. The minimum wage is extremely low, but a lot of jobs I see do pay around $15 an hour that a high school or college student could do. So let's go ahead and assume your time currently is worth $15 an hour because that's what you get paid. So what that means is, if something's going to cost you $15, it better give you an hour back of your time. So looking at the example I gave, we're talking about $15 giving you half an hour. So what that means is that if you do that twice, that's an hour, it's costing you $30. But in your hour, you're making $30. So effectively, you have to work 2 hours to get value for an hour back of your time. Now, I'm not saying this is the end-all be-all solution to determining if you should pay money to save time, but I think it's a good way to look at it. So conversely, if you work full-time and you maybe have more responsibilities, you're working longer hours, you're probably making more money. So let's say you're making $35 an hour. Now, using this app that's saving you $30 an hour, it gets to be a bit more worth it. So basically, you're making a profit of $5 when you work an hour and use this app every time you use this app. So again, I don't think every single decision as to whether or not to order out today, order groceries, pay someone to clean some part of your apartment should be based only on this. But I think that this can be a useful thing to take into account, particularly if there's a massive gap. Case in point, I had a promotional service to do laundry, and it came to $5 for a load of laundry. And I thought to myself, that's going to take me about 45 minutes. So this is effectively costing me $6-7 for someone to do an hour of my work. To me, that was like a clear, sure, why not give it a try? And then if it's really helpful, maybe I'll pay the full price. Conversely, to have, I think I saw an ad for someone to clean the ducts in my apartment. Well, let's not do that one, because I would never, there's something to consider too. I would never actually go into my own ducts and clean them. But let's say it was for someone to fully clean my kitchen, and they were charging something like $70, $80 an hour. Now, I don't make nearly that much. I wish I did, but I don't. So the way I looked at it is, I'd rather go ahead and take an hour out of my day and save that $70, $80 than pay for that. Maybe for some people, like they just absolutely hate cleaning or they feel like it would take them a lot longer, then sure, it'd be worth it. But this is one way of determining, okay, should I delegate my time at the expense of money?